Good evening and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, I am going to do episode 2 of my miniature painting after 40 plus years of having done this. It's been really that long, other than several days ago when I did my first coat on my skeleton archer. And I already started videoing this, and for some reason my computer ran out of room on the drive, so I had to stop it, go back, and try to clear up some space. And unfortunately, I lost the 20 minutes or so that I was already doing. So I'm going to show you what I've done so far. And the image that you see here is the skeleton pre wash. And the wash, I will switch over to my desktop view. So the wash I did with a stone mountain. Let's see, mountain stone, and then very very diluted. All right, so one drop of paint and four drops of water, and it's really did. You can see how fine this did. And then what I was what I'm instructed to do is to go into these deep spots over here. And just I'll show you this because I want to get that really dark anyway. But and then just highlight, and it's so thin that it actually goes right into the ribs and into the finger joints. And I did the small little pieces of the arm here, so where you have that split in the bone, and I did it here as well, and just hit any of those spots that would be either two bones coming together. You can see that on the back of the leg here, where I just kind of traced right along there, and it just gives it like a slight little ruddy look to it, as if it's in a shadow, certainly beneath his arm here. So his one elbow, which is extended out because he's drawing back the bowstring, and so that was definitely done there. So I had done a lot of this. Now, any place where you see like I accidentally hit his jaw over here, um, the next step in this process is actually going to do a real quick dry brush with the original color that was used, and really really faintly, and just dust over the entire thing. And what that's going to do is on the raised surfaces, that's going to put that original color back on, like a just like a speckling of it, and it will help recede those in-depth parts a lot better, so they will stand out. So again, I mean, this in the picture is so dark, and quite frankly it looks brown, the way that they do it. I will show the original picture of it, and what they show is kind of a much darker, but that might be, if you can kind of see how his abdomen there, really just his spine that's visible there is, a little darker, and just more brownish than what I'm getting here. Actually, I should show it like this. So I'm not quite sure. Like, I'm coming back over here where it's, and this is a bigger brush too. And maybe it'll just dry, and once I hit it up and everything. But this definitely looks more like a brown. Um, so I don't know why they say that it's the Stone Mountain, or Mountain Stone color, but we'll go with that and see how that looks in the end. Again, I can always modify it and go from there. So I'm going to let this fully dry, because the next stage, I'm pretty happy with this so far. And the next stage in the process after washing is dry brushing. And so I have a good spot here. I'm going to take the original color, the desert sand. Once the figure is fully dry, I'm going to take the desert sand, and then with the number 2 flat, I'm going to make sure my number 2 flat is nice and dry for this. My number 2 flat, I'm going to take it and just make it where it's so very, like, barely visible in paint on it, and then take that and brush over all of the bone sections of it. And what that's going to do is that's going to, again, reintroduce a lightening up of um, the higher edges of the bones, and still leave that mountain stone more deeply inset to kind of duplicate make it look like it's shadowed and just deeper in, gives it more depth. And then after that, the final the final section of dry brushing, which is the next phase, of dry brushing. Then the last element of dry brushing is to take this. It's called a dragon white, and again, very, very, very thin. Not watered down though, but very thin on the palette. So the brush barely has some of that color, and dust it over again. And that way it's going to add that whitish speckle again to it. And so look, it should look a lot closer to what it's supposed to. So pretty happy with this, and I will keep on going. So this stage here basically just gave him that kind of a ruddy look to it. And I will go back into that, because it's the next stage. So I am going to get this desert sand, and I might hit up his teeth, because I did hit his teeth, although it makes his teeth stand out a little bit. Looking at the stone, I did hit that lower jaw, and so now it's actually giving a slightly good look to that. So maybe I'll take a picture, and I can do side by side, and um, you'll be able to see how it's going from one stage to the next. I just wish, the only thing is that this is kind of pooling in there, and I tried spreading it. It'll just take a little bit of time for this to dry. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it some time to dry, and then set it up and take a picture of it, so that we can put side by side the two pictures, and then you'll be able to see how it went from this here to its next step. And you can see some of that highlighting that was not as visible before. So that, I'm hoping, will really make it stand out. And then the next stage will be the dry brushing, which I'm looking forward to. Now I'm going to do these 3 steps again for the base. So this base is going to be green, and there's several layers of that, and then also the bow, and then the leather strap for the quiver, the feathers of the arrows separately. So there are still quite a few other stages to this, but there we go, another step. Now, I was just in the game shop today, looking at, I was looking to get a regular paint bottle instead of using my water dropper here, which is really from a test kit. Oh, but they don't actually sell them. The guy was like, you can go to a Hobby Lobby and probably get a small bottle that's like an eyedropper kind of bottle, and use that. But I was looking at some of the other figures that they have there, and they're generally much larger than this. So those will be a lot easier to handle with. And even the two Reaper figures that came with this starter set actually were larger as well. So the um, the skeleton is going to probably be the most challenging that I have, at least right now. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for joining. I hope you liked this video. If you have any kind of suggestions or tips or anything, please feel free to put those in there in the comment section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you hadn't subscribed, please consider subscribing. The channel's been growing, and subscribers have been tacking on, but still, it's probably like 40% are subscribed and 60% are just passers through. So those of you that are just passing through, you know, give me some suggestions of what you would like to see in the future with the channel, and I will certainly get around to any of those that are, certainly doable, that I can actually get to them. And if that's what it takes for you to subscribe, then by all means leave those comments in there. Let me know what you'd like to see on the channel, and I'll see if I can accommodate you as best I can. Um, Other than that, I mean, as always, I mean, like right now, there's so much going on in the hobby, and I think that we could probably all use a break from all of the all the nonsense going on. And it's really enjoyable to either run a game and sit with your friends and just have a good time running a game, or do some other aspect that's connected to the hobby, such as painting or anything like that. Like I said, it's something that is bringing me a lot of joy, even though it looks like it's going to, it's not going to come out perfect. And that's the best part of it, for me at least, is that I'm going in with the expectations that it's not going to come out perfect. I am absolutely an amateur, and here I am, 56 years old, doing something that I haven't done in well over 40 years. And so there's no stopping you from participating in the tabletop role playing hobby at whatever level that you're looking to do it, whatever aspect of it that you're looking to do. And, whatever fills your leisure time up with enjoyment is something that you should be doing. So, as always, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I look forward to seeing you on a gaming screen sometime soon. And, please do, continue following as I go on my journey of returning back to painting miniatures. And, I expect to hit this thing up again by tomorrow, and have another video, hopefully the dry brushing aspect of this, probably by Monday or Tuesday. So have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.